Hello everybody and welcome back to another blank commentary of RWBY World of Remnant Between Kingdoms. Yeah, it's going to be a little shorter video this time around because it's going to be only this singular episode of World of Remnant. So, and that's the outro if you really wish, but I doubt I have much to say on that. Yeah, it's just going to be this World of Remnant episode. I don't have that many things that I think this will clarify, because I have no idea what this will actually, I mean, I do have a vague idea what this will talk about, but just in general, this probably won't be answering the questions that I have. However, it's probably going to be interesting nonetheless. Let's just get on with it. I should, oh, it's already quiet. Okay.
So, now you know more about the kingdoms, but what's between the big cities? Alright, the easy answer is Rim. There's no reason to beat around the bush. They're out there, and it probably won't go well if you run into one. That's okay, because you're a huntsman. Or huntress. And you've trained at one of the major academies, so you're probably fine.
Well,
don't get yourself overrun by a pack of them.
That's rather dark, considering that apparently huntsmen and huntresses are pretty common sight to be actually. That kind of implies that they are often, that only the huntsmen and huntresses venture outside the kingdoms. And that they, apparently their deaths are quite the common occurrence. I might be misinterpreting that though.
After a long day of killing Grimm and saving the world, you're going to probably want to stop at a small town inn. Small villages dot the land between the major cities. You might ask, with the wilderness being so dangerous, why not just live in the big cities? Well, that life isn't meant for everyone. These small towns are founded by people that have a problem with the kingdoms, or don't want to deal with the kingdom's problems, or maybe just enjoy the simpler life and would rather take their chances in the wild than in a kingdom. It goes about as well as you'd think.
Well,
if the founders are smart, then there's a good chance these towns can survive for the same reason the kingdoms continue to.
Oh.
Natural barriers, strong defenses, and stubborn citizens. If you don't have at least a few...
I do love that they are just mentioning that all of these, that smaller cities basically survive on the same principles as the bigger cities, just in a much smaller scale. And I would imagine that smaller cities have a much easier time of being defended. Even though they might more easily be overrun, they at the very least should have easier time to defend themselves because they are so much smaller that there are less entryways to their city. And that's basically that's the idea that I get from that.
Of those, then the chances of a town lasting more than a year isn't great. Unfortunately, it's not just the Grimm running around ruining towns. Wandering bandits are another threat. These groups of usually fairly skilled fighters travel the lands.
Now this was something that I wanted clarification actually on, because bandits were mentioned, but we have never actually seen any bandits, and they have been kind of an enigma that where they come from and why they are like the way they are. Perhaps they are just, you know, greedy people. Most likely that's the explanation there, but you know, it's gonna be interesting to see whether there will be actually some fights against just bandits.
Never settling in one place. They often prey on convoys, sending goods between kingdoms. That's not all. These raiders will often wait for a town to be at its weakest, maybe after a Grimm attack, or while its fighters are out hunting, before finally moving in at night and striking. Bunch of jerks. The worst part is, if the Grimm hadn't attacked before, you'd better be damn sure they will now. And you can't exactly have bandits raid your town without at least a few negative emotions. This is also why bandits never stay in the towns they conquer. With attitudes like the ones they have, Grimm tend to be pretty interested in them as well. As long as they keep moving, they've got a better chance of survival.
That's rather dark.
So these small towns, the areas between kingdoms really depend on the continent. Harsh deserts, icy tundras, lush forests, you name it. At this point, pretty much every inch of Remnant has been mapped out. Although there are some areas that no one's gone into and come out alive.
Now that's a mystery there that I would like answers to. What are the unexplored areas? Because those are often quite interesting to visit, so maybe we'll get some of those later on. Regardless.
Of course, somewhere out there is where she is.
She? Huh. Okay. Well, let me just switch this immediately to the outro. As expected, there's not much to say. It's nice to see how the other cities or how villages actually are surviving, like they mentioned, with huge defenses, natural barriers, or just stubborn people, or a combination of all three of them. Because I can certainly see, I can see advantages to being a smaller city, even though the risk of being overrun by the Grimm is far greater in that case. But there are advantages to it, such as being easier to defend at the very least, even though since the defenses don't have to be stretched out as wide area at the very least. But yeah, there's not much to say here. It is still nice nonetheless, but there's very little to say here. So thank you all very much for watching. I hope to see you in the future. Have a great day. Stay awesome. Ganmu out. Thank you very much for watching.